That bottle of apple cider vinegar sitting in your kitchen right now could be quietly healing you, or it could be slowly burning your throat, thinning your bones, and clashing dangerously with the very medications keeping you alive. Which one is it? For most seniors drinking it every day, the honest answer is they don't actually know, because the damage from doing it wrong doesn't show up right away. It builds silently, one small mistake at a time, until it suddenly doesn't. There's a reason apple cider vinegar has become one of the most talked about remedies among older adults. Researchers have found that its acetic acid content may help stabilize blood sugar, support healthier cholesterol levels, and ease digestion in ways that feel especially valuable once metabolism starts slowing down with age. It sounds like exactly what an aging body needs, and for many seniors, it has become a trusted part of the morning routine, often after a friend, a neighbor, or a family member swore by it first. But here's what almost nobody warns you about. This same remedy sits at a pH between 2 and 3, acidic enough to erode tooth enamel, irritate the esophagus, and turn dangerous when mixed with certain conditions or prescriptions common after age 60. The exact thing praised for its benefits can just as easily cause real harm, and the line between the two is thinner than most people ever suspect. So today, we're counting down 10 mistakes seniors make with apple cider vinegar, starting with the one people overlook and ending with the one that's the most dangerous of all. We're going in reverse order on purpose, because that final mistake is the one most likely to land someone in the emergency room, and there's a real chance you're making it right now without even realizing it. Stay until the end, because you'll want to know for sure. Before we get into the list, it helps to understand why seniors face different risks from apple cider vinegar than younger adults do. As the body ages, the lining of the esophagus and stomach becomes naturally thinner and slower to repair itself after any kind of irritation. Enamel on the teeth, which took decades to build, wears down more easily and doesn't regenerate at all once it's gone. Kidney function, which plays a major role in balancing minerals like potassium, also tends to decline gradually with age, meaning the body has less buffer room to absorb sudden shifts and recover from imbalances quickly. And perhaps most importantly, many seniors are managing 2, 3, or even 5 medications at once, creating far more opportunities for a seemingly harmless kitchen remedy to interact with something serious. None of this means apple cider vinegar should be avoided altogether, but it does mean the margin for error is smaller. And that's exactly why these 10 mistakes deserve real attention, rather than being brushed off as minor details. Mistake number 10. Applying it directly to your skin. Many seniors turn to apple cider vinegar as a natural toner for their face, or a remedy for scalp irritation and dandruff, drawn in by countless online claims about clearer skin and healthier hair. The problem is that undiluted vinegar is far too harsh for skin, especially skin that has naturally thinned with age. Applying it straight from the bottle can break down the outer layers of skin and destroy healthy cells with prolonged contact, leading to redness, burning, and in some cases actual chemical burns that take weeks to fully heal. Older skin tends to be more fragile, thinner, and slower to heal, which makes this mistake even riskier than it would be for a younger person trying the same trend after seeing it online. If you want to use apple cider vinegar topically, the safe approach is to dilute it heavily, using roughly 1 part vinegar to 10 parts water, before ever letting it touch your face, body, or scalp, and always testing a small patch of skin first before wider use. It's also worth remembering that the higher quality vinegars containing the mother, that cloudy sediment often praised for its beneficial bacteria, are just as acidic as clearer versions and offer no extra protection for your skin. So dilution remains just as necessary, regardless of which bottle you choose. Mistake number 9. Inhaling the vapors. Some people believe that breathing in the fumes of apple cider vinegar can clear sinuses or ease congestion, so they lean directly over the open bottle and take a deep breath. This is far more dangerous than it sounds. Acetic acid vapors are strong enough to irritate and inflame the delicate lining of the lungs and respiratory tract, and for older adults who may already have sensitive airways, asthma, or existing lung conditions, This can trigger real breathing difficulty within seconds. A sudden coughing fit or tightness in the chest is often the body's first warning sign that something has gone wrong, and it can be alarming when it happens without warning. If you genuinely want to try a vinegar steam for sinus relief, it needs to be heavily diluted first, using only a small amount of vinegar in a much larger volume of hot water. And even then, it should be approached with caution, rather than deep, direct inhalation straight from the source. If you notice any wheezing, throat tightness, or persistent coughing after exposure to vinegar fumes, it's best to move to fresh air immediately and speak with a doctor if the symptoms don't settle within a short time. Before we continue, comment 1 below if you've ever used apple cider vinegar, or comment 0 if you haven't. Mistake number 8. Drinking it completely straight. This might be the most well-known mistake, yet it's still one of the most common, especially among people trying to get quick results by treating it like a shot of medicine. Taking apple cider vinegar undiluted exposes your throat, esophagus, and stomach lining directly to that harsh acidity, with nothing to buffer it along the way. Over time, or even after just 1 or 2 exposures, this can cause irritation, burning sensations, and lasting damage to soft tissue that doesn't regenerate as quickly in older age as it once did in youth. A recent nutrition review noted that acidic beverages consumed without dilution are consistently linked to esophageal irritation, particularly in older populations with naturally more sensitive digestive linings and slower tissue repair. The fix is simple and takes no extra effort at all. Always mix your vinegar into a full glass of water rather than drinking it straight from the bottle or a small shot glass. Some people assume that using a straw removes the risk entirely, but while it does help reduce contact with your teeth, it does nothing to protect your throat or esophagus, so dilution still remains the most important step, regardless of how you drink it. Mistake number 7. Skipping the gradual buildup. Even when people remember to dilute their vinegar, they often make the mistake of starting with too much too soon, eager to see results as fast as possible after hearing about someone else's success. Jumping straight into a full tablespoon can shock a digestive system that isn't used to that level of acidity, leading to heartburn, stomach cramping, bloating, or nausea within the first few days of starting. For seniors whose digestive systems often already move more slowly due to natural aging, this shock can be more intense, longer lasting, and harder to recover from than it would be for someone younger. The safer approach is to begin with just a teaspoon diluted in a full glass of water and slowly work your way up over several days or weeks, paying close attention to how your body responds before increasing the amount any further. Keeping a simple daily note of how you feel after each dose can help you spot patterns early, rather than pushing through discomfort in hopes that it will simply pass on its own. Mistake number 6. Brushing your teeth right after. After drinking something acidic, the instinct for many people is to freshen up and brush their teeth immediately, thinking it will protect their mouth from any lingering taste or residue. With apple cider vinegar, this instinct actually works against you. The acetic acid temporarily softens tooth enamel, and brushing during that window essentially scrubs away the weakened enamel layer, accelerating erosion instead of preventing it. Dental researchers have pointed out that enamel needs time to reharden naturally after acid exposure, which is especially important for seniors since enamel thins with age and simply doesn't rebuild the way it once did in younger years. The safest habit is to rinse your mouth thoroughly with plain water after drinking vinegar and wait at least 20 to 30 minutes before ever picking up your toothbrush again, giving your enamel time to recover on its own. Chewing sugar-free gum during that waiting period can also help stimulate saliva, which naturally assists in neutralizing acid and protecting your teeth until it's safe to brush again. Mistake number 5. Drinking it right before bed. Lying down soon after consuming apple cider vinegar is a near-perfect setup for acid reflux later that night. When you're upright, gravity naturally helps keep stomach acid where it belongs. But the moment you lie flat, that acidity can travel back up into the esophagus, causing burning, irritation, and disrupted restless sleep that leaves you tired the next day. This is particularly relevant for older adults, who already experience acid reflux and heartburn at noticeably higher rates than younger people, largely due to changes in digestive muscle function that happen gradually over time. If you want to include apple cider vinegar in your daily routine, the safest window is earlier in the day, well before dinner, and if you do take it in the evening, staying upright for at least 20 to 30 minutes afterward gives your body enough time to process it safely before you head to bed. If you already struggle with nighttime reflux for other reasons, it may be worth skipping the evening dose altogether and shifting your entire routine to the morning instead, when your body is better positioned to handle the acidity. Mistake number 4. Getting the meal timing wrong. Many people assume it doesn't matter much whether they drink apple cider vinegar before or after eating, but timing actually changes how your body responds to it in meaningful ways. Vinegar taken immediately after a meal can slow gastric emptying at exactly the wrong moment, leading to bloating, discomfort, and delayed digestion of the food you just finished eating, sometimes for hours afterward. The better strategy, and the one most consistently recommended by nutrition experts, is to drink it shortly before a meal, which allows it to support digestion as food enters your system rather than competing against food that's already sitting there. If you do end up taking it after eating for any reason, giving it a gap of 20 to 25 minutes helps meaningfully reduce the discomfort that tends to follow. Pairing your dose with a small amount of food, rather than an empty stomach, can also make it gentler on digestion for those who find the straight morning routine too harsh to tolerate. Mistake number 3. Ignoring existing stomach conditions. This is where the risk starts to climb sharply, and where age-related health history really starts to matter. If you already deal with stomach ulcers, significant acid reflux, or any erosion of your stomach lining, apple cider vinegar can make those conditions noticeably worse rather than better, no matter how diluted it is. Its high acidity directly irritates already inflamed tissue, and for someone managing an active H. pylori infection, doctors generally recommend avoiding vinegar altogether until the infection has been properly diagnosed and treated by a medical professional. A number of gastroenterology reviews have echoed this same caution, noting that acidic natural remedies are frequently unsuitable for people with compromised stomach linings, regardless of how healthy they seem otherwise. Before adding apple cider vinegar to your routine, it's genuinely worth having an honest conversation with your doctor if you have any history of stomach issues at all, even mild ones, since symptoms that feel manageable now can quietly worsen with continued exposure to something as acidic as vinegar. Mistake number 2. Overlooking dangerous medication interactions. This is one of the mistakes that carries the most serious consequences, particularly because so many seniors are managing multiple prescriptions at the same time, often for more than one condition. Apple cider vinegar can amplify the effects of insulin and other blood sugar-lowering medications, sometimes dropping glucose levels lower than intended and increasing the risk of dangerous hypoglycemia without much warning. It can also interact with diuretic medications, which already reduce potassium levels through increased fluid loss, and combining the two can push potassium down to genuinely dangerous, even life-threatening levels. On top of that, certain heart medications, including digoxin, become riskier when potassium drops too low, since low potassium can intensify the medication's effect on heart rhythm and function. If you're taking any prescription for diabetes, blood pressure, fluid retention, or heart rhythm, this is not a mistake you can afford to guess your way through, and it deserves a real conversation with your doctor or pharmacist before you ever start. Bringing your full medication list with you to that conversation, rather than relying on memory, ensures nothing gets accidentally overlooked in the discussion. Mistake number 1. Overdoing it day after day. The single most dangerous mistake seniors make with apple cider vinegar is simply taking too much of it, too often, for too long a stretch of time without ever slowing down. Chronic overconsumption, especially in larger daily amounts, has been linked to significant mineral depletion in the body, particularly potassium, which can lead to a condition called hypokalemia. Low potassium over time doesn't just cause fatigue and muscle weakness, it has also been associated with weakened bone density, making seniors more vulnerable to fractures at a stage of life when bone health is already a growing concern for so many. For those with type 1 diabetes or gastroparesis, the slowed digestion caused by regular heavy vinegar use can create unpredictable blood sugar swings that are genuinely difficult to manage safely, even with careful monitoring. Apple cider vinegar was never intended to be consumed in large quantities every single day indefinitely, no matter how beneficial it seems in small doses. Like most natural remedies, it works best in moderation, as a small, consistent daily addition rather than a constant, heavy habit chased in pursuit of faster results. A simple daily cap of 1 to 2 tablespoons, properly diluted, combined with occasional breaks from the routine altogether, gives your body room to reset and reduces the odds of these long-term complications ever developing in the first place. Apple cider vinegar can absolutely be a valuable addition to your daily routine as you age, supporting digestion, blood sugar balance, and overall wellness when it's used the right way and with the right precautions in place. But as we've walked through today, the difference between benefit and harm often comes down to small, everyday habits. How diluted it is, when you drink it, what medications you're taking alongside it, and how much you're using over time without a break. For seniors especially, whose bodies process and recover from acidity differently than they did decades ago, these small details matter far more than they might seem to at first glance, even though they're so easy to overlook in the rush of a daily routine. If any of these 10 mistakes sounded familiar, that's not a reason to panic. It's simply a sign that it's time to make a few small adjustments to how you're using it. Start with proper dilution, respect the timing around meals and bedtime, protect your teeth by waiting to brush, and most importantly, talk to your doctor if you're managing diabetes, heart conditions, or digestive issues before making apple cider vinegar a regular part of your day. A little caution now can prevent a lot of regret later, and it lets you enjoy the real benefits this remedy has to offer, without carrying the hidden risks that come with using it carelessly or without proper guidance. Apple cider vinegar has helped countless people feel better, manage their weight, and support their overall health. But it was always meant to be used thoughtfully, rather than carelessly. Take what you learned today, share it with a parent, a grandparent, or a friend who might be making one of these mistakes without realizing it, and make the small changes that turn this remedy back into the safe, supportive habit it was always meant to be. None of these 10 mistakes mean you have to give up on apple cider vinegar completely. They simply mean it deserves the same respect you'd give any other supplement or remedy. The right amount, the right timing, and an honest check-in with your doctor if you have any underlying health conditions. With those pieces in place, there's no reason you can't continue enjoying its benefits safely for years to come. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.